Le- Thank you, Swani. So, this is being recorded. So, you can get the recording after the session. Normally, we get it in couple of days, but yeah, if you don't get it, just drop us a message and we'll be making it available on the same page, same event page. Okay. So, uh, just to confirm, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. I'm on first slide.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So now, as we discussed, today's topic will be the API workflows feature. This is quite new one. We had seen a lot of new features coming up, and API workflows is one of the uh, most seen or most seek feature in the automation journey nowadays. So why I'm saying that and how it is really helpful for us in agentic automation journey, I will be explaining you everything in upcoming slides. Okay. So this is quickly about me, myself, Ashok Karade, working as a solution architect and tech lead. I'm also an UiPath MEP for the current year and the previous as well. I have done quite a few solution, this UiPath professional certifications as well. This is my LinkedIn QR code or the profile URL. Feel free to connect over there as well. I'm also much active on UiPath forum as well, so you can reach out over there as well. So this is quickly about me. So next we have the main agenda. So till now, we were working on the uh, automations where we were automating the uh, thick clients, I would say, where we have the desktop application, then we had the legacy, then we had the Citrix-based applications and everything. Okay, so those applications were kind of legacy application, we call them. So that kind of applications, we still have the option of RPA. That's pretty much there. But with the time, the industry evolving day to day, new applications are being built, and everyone is focusing on API first approach. So every new application being developed in industry or the organization that is being developed as API first approach. So every application will have its own API endpoints. Okay. Due to that, there is necessity or the issues for the automation developers. So today, automation teams face increasing pressure from all sides. Like they need to deliver faster, integrate more systems, and build smarter and smarter, and also more responsive workflows. So all while staying aligned with the IT governance and security, because security and governance is the must. Then, because of that, we have some automation challenges for us as a developer or solution architect. One of the challenge we are facing would be explosion of endpoints. Literally, it's explosion of APIs. So every process now involves more applications than ever before. Like we have CRMs, ERPs, SaaS tools, internal systems, and many more. So the number of integration points has exploded, and the automation teams are expected to connect them all in a single pot, right? You can vouch on that because in our day-to-day life, our bots are no more the traditional way. Like before, we had to automate SAP and that's it. Input will be coming from SAP. We will be processing everything in the SAP and we might be just preparing an Excel and then That's it, right? But now that's totally changed. Now expectations are that our bots should be integrating CRMs like Salesforce, or maybe the Slack also should be integrated for every update being delivered to the business people, right? So it is totally explosion of it. That is one issue we are now currently seeing at. Then we have real time is the expected response time issue, because no one is ready to spend like an hour or 2 hours to get the things automated, right? The bar has shifted already. Business users and customers no longer accept overnight batches or maybe couple of days batches. They want actions triggered and completed in the real time. Um, it's well and good if instantly, but that's not quite possible. But yeah, that's what expectations are. So everything should be instantly responding to the events as they happen. Okay, so this is the one issue or challenge, I would say. Then then another next one would be, as we discussed, API first approach. So this is API first is new standard now. So all the modern applications are being built with APIs at the core. So this means automation teams also must work with the API layer, not just the UI. So to deliver this kind of automation, this is really helpful for the automation team as well to uh, develop the bots or the automation more robust and scalable. Okay, so this is one of the challenge. Then we have the integration layer is a security boundary. So automation don't doesn't live in isolation. It touches mission critical businesses system like data, or every integration needs to meet the enterprise grade security and access controls. So this also we have to take care that by mistake, bot shouldn't be exposing any sensitive data like financial data or AI data or any other data to the external systems or uh, to the external parties. So while automating the business cases, we have this challenge as well to integrate the security in every automation. Then we have another challenge that orchestration needs to be very faster and scalable. So it's no more enough to automate a single step or a human task. So now teams needs to orchestrate multi-step, multi-logic, or multiple process systems into a single automation, and that too with speed and at the level of enterprise scale. Okay, so this is one of the challenge. Then we have latest latest challenge or opportunity, I would say, that is agents. So these agents needs APIs, right? So as we move towards more autonomous or agentic feature, APIs become foundational. So every agent would be at the back end using APIs. So agents needs a way to fetch data, then trigger the actions and coordinate across multiple systems. And everything will be happen using APIs. So without the connectivity of the APIs, the agents cannot work efficiently. So this is the reality of our customers navigating, and it's why UiPath is investing more and more in this API first approach. Okay, so these are the challenges we are now into. So all are directing toward the faster, scalable, and API first approach. So that's why UiPath have launched, designed the solution that is API workflows. So all the challenges we just discussed, uh, those are being tackled using uh, the API workflows. Okay, so this API explosion, more and more endpoints are being covered with the API workflows. So everything we can automate using just the APIs. So it is now becoming the uh, useful or backbone of any automation we are using. So these API automation can make orchestration manageable. So you can build reusable logics that plugs into different system cleanly without rewriting automation for each tool. So previously we were required to have a kind of intermediary tool which will just fetch the data, do the cleaning, then data massaging, and then will forward that data to the next automation or maybe the tool. But with this API first approach, that don't require any intermediary tools or automations. We can directly uh, invoke the data or uh, fetch the data, process it, and proceed with the further steps. So that is possible with the API workflows. Then we had real time is the expected response time challenge. So API automation need to run in milliseconds, right? So we don't need to spin up the bots, no reliance on triggers through UI elements. So everything will be event driven. So that is actually a real-time responsiveness rather than triggering the bot, then that bot will be deployed if it is not deployed on that maybe unattended or serverless machine, and then it will process that and it will return it. So that is also a time-taking thing, but with the API workflows, we are tackling that situation. Then we had challenge of API first is the new standard. Then in that case, our automation capabilities are built with APIs in mind now. So this API workflows, it it just isn't UI specific. So we are keeping APIs at the uh, first or the on priority. This means that better structure, cleaner interface, and again, the developer friendly experience that scales across multiple teams. Then we had the integration layer security boundary, but with API workflows, uh, we have backing of the AI trust layer. So everything going through the APIs and being logged at the backend uh, for audit purpose and can be controlled with access controls like roles and maybe the access restrictions. We have that governance built in at the back end, so there is no security issues we have to design separately. So every API calls going out in and out will be governed by the AI trust layer. Then we had the orchestration speed issue, where wherever previously we needed to automate 10 step, it was going to be taking at least 1 minute. So with the API first or API workflows approach, that has become very faster. Like it would be being done in 2 seconds or max 3 seconds. So that level of speed and scale we are expecting from this API workflows. Again, that is not always, but it varies scenarios to scenario. But that level, like we are expecting 80 to 90% of speed improvement rather than comparing to any other bots or UI based, or even if we are using APIs inside our normal unattended bot, that is going to be the different. Then we had the challenge or the opportunity agents needs APIs. So that is also being tackled with the help of API workflows. So business logic layers we can design that can be called by agentic solutions right from agent builder or maestro. We can just call these API workflows. So these are the challenges and how this API workflows can be fit in. Then we have a comparison, I would say, like how the RPA workflows and API workflows are differentiating in themselves. So the RPA workflows are targeted to human-centric automation or UI based and also can have APIs. But API workflows are kind of system to system integration that is through APIs. So there is no UI or any other unnecessary things in between. So it will be plainly system to system integration. And then we have the major difference, speed. So it operates at human-like speed or maybe little bit faster when we uh, do the automation UI way. But if we talk about the API workflows, it executes in real time. So it is totally depend on the speed of the APIs. So as fast as API calls works, so our API workflow works at that speed. Then we have the managed robot on virtual or hybrid infrastructure. So to running this RPA workflows, we require robots. Maybe it's serverless robots or our unattended virtual machines we would be requiring. But for running API workflows, it will be running on serverless robots that is totally running on the uh, Linux. Then we have the usage. So where this RPA workflow is suited or use wherever we need the uh, attended or unattended or long running processes, there we are using RPA workflows. And where we have the real time triggers, interactions with external system or responding to the platform events using APIs, there the API workflows are more suitable. So again, here best for user interface, handling semi-structured tasks and managing user flows. And API workflows are kind of API-centric automation scenarios, allowing you to integrate structured data and scale logical processes. So that is quickly about the differences. Before we go into the actual live demo, I wanted to share these basic activities we have in API workflows. So as of now, we have this 6, 7, 8, 9 activities totally in the API workflows. I will just introduce you to each activity, why and when we can use each activity. Okay. So first one is the connector. As name suggests, it is an integration services connector. Okay. So this connector, this activity will provide us access to the all the integration services connectors available in the integration services features. Okay. So basically, we are dealing with the APIs, and APIs comes into UiPath through integration services connectors. So we have more than 300 plus connectors readily available. Or if we need, we can custom build connectors for any APIs we have. So that is also available in the integration services. So this connector activity will give us access to the all the integration service connectors which will be available, and then we can interact with those APIs using this integration services. And we can also use HTTP request configurations inside the connector as well. So if any particular endpoint isn't exposed as a readily available activity inside this integration service connector, we can use HTTP request inside the connector, then that endpoint can be called. So there we can get that flexibility to customize the API calls as well. Then next activity we have is HTTP. So as this we have similar activity in UiPath Studio from longer, right? So this HTTP request activity enables us to perform JSON based API request. So this Uh, this is similar to HTTP request. We will have uh, this API endpoints, then we can pass headers or arguments, parameters to the HTTP endpoints, and whatever will be the response will be written in JSON. So those kind of endpoints, if we don't need or if we don't want to just build a custom connector, or we don't have a readily available connector in the integration service, in that case, we can utilize this HTTP request activity, which will give us the uh, give us the all the features which we can use to request for any APIs. So that's about HTTP request. The next activity we have is script. So this script activity is based on the JavaScript. So this script is nothing but JavaScript logic we can write to manipulate the data, whatever we receive from one API endpoint, and before passing to the next endpoint, or before writing something in the response. So this script activity gives us kind of space to write our logic to manipulate the data received in between the workflow. So we can write JavaScript code, or we can ask the autopilot to write us the JavaScript, and that script will be manipulating the data as per our requirement, and we can pass it or just use it as per our business use case. So that is script activity. Then we have next activity, that is if. So this if is a conditional branching in API workflows. So we don't have any other conditional branchings like switch or else if or anything. We just have the if. So this if activity enables us to conditional branch API workflow logic to create dynamic execution paths based on the data conditions. So for example, if we are getting the data from Salesforce, and we have to check if the data retrieved from Salesforce fits in our business logic or not. If business says that there should be 5 records for one sales opportunity, then if that uh, API returns only 4, in that case, the execution should flow to different logic. So those kind of conditional branching we can do using if activity available in this. So we can use this if activity for different actions depending on the real-time API response, user inputs, or system states. Then next we have loops. So in loops, we get two options. One is for each, which we normally use mostly for the enumerable kind of thing, where we have array, or maybe the we can use it for iterating through a collections data type, right? So that is there for each. So we can use this to iterate through array or execute other output we get from HTTP request. And next one we have is uh, do while. So this is mainly we use for pagination. So every API have their limitations or restrictions that you can only extract 100 or 200 records per request. So in that case, we can just add a do while loop and check how many records fetched in the current execution. If that count is less than 0, then only break the loop. Otherwise, keep fetching data and adding to the collection or the response variable we will be having. So this is only used for looping or redoing something as we use in any programming language or the current workflows we are building. The next one we have is assign activity. As its name suggests, we can use it for assigning some value or managing data in our workflows. So this is basically used for updating the values of variable or modifying between variable to variable. The next one we have is try catch. This is also familiar one. So this is to handle any unknown exception or known exceptions as well. We can handle using try catch. So if any API is down or we get any invalid data or any unexpected error occurred in try, so we can add logic into catch section to handle that situation. So this we have as a mechanism for uninterrupted API workflows execution. Then we have this wait activity, which is normally we use wherever we need to add delay in our activity. So this API workflows runs too fast. So sometimes API providers might add some cooling period between two requests or maybe 100 requests per minute or 200 requests per minute, those kind of limitations on APIs as well to save their infrastructure or their costs. So those kind of scenario, we can add wait activity between two API calls or maybe two activities to have that cooling period or wherever we need additional time to process those API calls. So there we can use this wait activity. Then last one we have is response. So this is kind of termination activity we have. So after this activity, nothing will get executed. So this is kind of last activity, and this should be last or terminating activity in our workflow. So how to use this one, I will just show you in live demo as well. So let's go to the live. So this is a demo workflow I have built. What this workflow does, it gets the email using this activity. This is again integration service integration in our workflow. And then it checks the email body. If it is failure, uh, server failure report, it will be expecting. Then it will be extracting the server details using JavaScript and then iterating through each each server and sending that details to the Slack channel. And after sending that details for human action, that email will be moved to the processed label under Gmail or process folder, we can say. And then this is the last activity we had, that was response activity. So after this, the workflow will finish. So it will not go to this section. But if that email is not on the server failure email, then it will be go into this out of scope scenario. And this is again also a response activity. So after this, nothing will execute. Okay. So how to reach here, how to build this API workflows. So for that, we'll go to Studio Web, as we have already covered the Studio Web. So I won't be going in that much detail, but just go to this breadcrumb icon. You will see the studio over here. If not, you can just search from here. It will be mostly here in this section. Then click on this UiPath Studio. Then here, just click on here. And here you will get the option API workflows. Just click on it. It will ask the name of the API workflow and you will get the project. So this is again being developed in a solution. So we can have multiple types of project into one solution. That everything we will be discussing in upcoming sessions, how the solutions work, how we deploy and everything. But for now, just remember here also we can add a API workflow. So just click on this solution and then click on this one. And here, just click on workflow and that blank workflow will be provided for you. Okay. So this workflow will be expecting an email in this mailbox I have configured through integration services. Again, integration services we have just covered in previous session as well. But let me show you how to create that connection. So for that, just go to the folder you want to create that connection. Just click on integration services from here, then select the folder you want to create the connection, then search here. For example, now I'm using Gmail. You might be using another service provider or email provider. So if it is Gmail, then just search for Gmail. Select this connector, and here you will get option to connect to Gmail. Then once clicked on, it will be asking for some permission or authentication, authorization. Then just check it and just click on connect, and you will be getting the connection like this one. So inside connections, you will be getting, okay. So these connections are being moved to the orchestrator from integration services. So those connections now will be visible under folder. Now go to orchestrator. So from orchestrator, then your folder, and here besides the queue asset storage bucket, you will be seeing the connections. So in my current folder, I have this uh, Gmail connection, and I'm also integrating the Slack. That's why I have created another connection for Slack as well. Okay. So this is being triggered or checked every 5 minutes. We call it as pooling interval. So this we can configure from the connection properties. Okay. So for now, we need the Gmail connection or O365 Outlook connection or whatever provider we use. And I'm using Slack. You might be using any other third-party applications for that. So we need two connections for it. So we created the connections, integration service connections, one for Gmail and one for Slack. Okay. So here, uh, first we use get newest email activity. So we can add a trigger as well. So this workflow should be triggered automatically whenever there is new email uh, received. So for that, we can just search for the trigger. This I clicked on this add trigger and I will just search for email received. So it is showing me the Gmail integration service activity email received. So as soon as email is received, this workflow will be triggered. But now I'm doing it manually. That's why I'm not adding the trigger. But you can have this kind of situation that this workflow only runs when there is new email. So that is pretty much standard one, or the challenges we were saying in the previous slides where we were discussing the challenges currently the developers facing. So this is one of the solution that we would be adding real-time event-based trigger to run this workflow. Then we have this get newest email. So to add new activities, we just click on this plus and you will see the activities available. So there won't be any activities panel like we have for other automation. Here we have the project explorer, then we have the input, output, and variables like any other project. Then if anything not configured properly, so if I select, suppose, let's say script, and if I don't configure it correctly, that will be, okay, maybe this taking blank as well. Let me see if, what, okay, I think it's giving error until we run it. But yeah, just remember this will be showing all the issues in our workflow. So that was that. Then we have the change history. This we had already discussed in Studio Web as well. So this is kind of change history management built in Studio Web. So we can have everything saved automatically. We don't have to click Control S very often. So everything gets saved. If you have to maintain the versions, you can click on this create snapshot and give the name of the snapshot. That particular version of this project will be automatically saved. So we can start from that particular checkpoint, we can say. So that is version control inbuilt available for us. And this is deployment configuration when we will be deploying this solution. So there could be uh, multiple types of project inside one solution. So that we can configure it from here. Then we have the settings of the activities. So we have this activity, and here we have the settings panel, properties panel. Here we can configure the connection, then from which folder we have to, and here we can apply the filters as well, like subject should be server or anything. Those kind of filters will go in here. Then we have another option, read only, attachment only, and pretty much standard any email automation kind of properties. Then we get that newest email as an output. Then we have the next panel. This will be the output panel. And here we have the open autopilot. So this autopilot will help us to design the workflows. How that help us, I will show you in a while. So for now, I will just show you how this works, and then I will show you the autopilot's magic, which is really impressive, I would say. So for now, I have this mailbox. There are two emails. One is just test email, nothing inside the body or anything. So this is out of scope email. So once I run this and it completed. So if you observe the runtime, it just took 1 second and 91 milliseconds to run. So that is the speed we are talking about when we talk about the API workflows. So for now, I'll be moving it manually. Now we have the next newest email as server status report. Here you can see it's a plain text. So it will be giving two servers, their host name and status, and then the standard messages. Okay. And this is the subject. Okay. So this is the in scope email, I would say. So let's see. Now I'm running it. Here I have added the breakpoint. So time will be vary, but I wanted to show you that here it got the email. Here it is checking the uh, subject if it is in scope or not. So if subject includes server status report, then it will be considered as in scope. Then it went into this area where we have the JavaScript function, which will be using regex to extract the uh, server details. Server details like server name, host name, and status. So if we see here in the output, here we can see that here we have the output two servers. So the naming convention, just ignore it. But if we see the script was able to extract two servers, one server brought DB01 offline and another one was unreachable. So this was offline and unreachable. So this everything we have just written in JavaScript. Not really me, but the autopilot for me. So I'm not good at good that level in JavaScript, but fortunately we have the autopilot and AI for help. So this script give us the server details. Now, if we see here, we got two servers. Now the workflow will send those details to a channel in Slack. Now I click on continue. It sent one, and let me open the Slack. So here, this is my Slack. So here you see the failed server details. So this is one, and now I'll be continuing for the second one, and it finished. So here, if you see, both the failed server details we retrieved, that is from the stranger bot. So this naming and everything we can configure from here. So here, this is send message to user activity from Slack integration services. So here I have given the user from which we need to send, then what should be the message. So this message being generated based on the output of this JavaScript. Then we have the send as bottom bot or user. Then we have configured bot name and the icon. So that way we got the output as well. So that was a kind of attended one. Let me show you how faster it works. Disable. Okay. So now let's see how fast it works, but it will fail because our email would have moved to the processed one. So if I refresh in inbox, there is no email. Now let me just move it back to inbox and remove the process status, process labels. So now we have this inside. Now let's run it. So see, it took 3 seconds and 672 milliseconds, almost 3.5 seconds. What it did, reading email, data manipulation, and then sending to the Slack. Just imagine how much time it would have taken on the normal RPA workflow. It would have downloaded, uploaded, and a lot of things, but we need only the speed. So this is the speed API workflow is delivering. So let me show you how the autopilot works really here. I wanted to show you how intelligent it is. So here I'll be using again the same activity, latest email. Get latest. Let's see. Get newest. So get newest email. Again, I'll be saying it went into this one, then this one, and moving it to inbox, removing the. Okay. So here, the folder I want, inbox, save, rest I will be keeping as it is. And now here, I'll be writing a script. Okay. So nothing we have written over here. So let it be. I will be just using one assign activity to just create a folder, create a variable, set value to variable. We will be declaring from here string, and test var. Then we'll be passing test var this. Right. Okay. Double quotes are necessary over here. Okay. Okay. So here, if we see this activity, I'll be putting breakpoint here. So here, okay, let it be. So now let's run this. So when we run it in debug mode as well. So here it is giving no code found for JavaScript. But here, if we see here, we get the data till this one. So if we expand it, so the data, whatever debugging logs were run till this point will be available for us to work further. Okay. So in JavaScript now, I will just uh, write it that write a function to extract this from body. Okay, this is pretty much wide instructions for any LLM, but autopilot will get uh, or use this output from the previous debug session or run session and will write a function which is actually really works and gives us the output. So it gives us the sample expression output as well. Okay, so this is how smart this autopilot is for API workflows. So if I just save it and let's run it. So now if we see the JavaScript has run successfully, and if we go here and see, we get the two server details. So it is how easy to write or develop the API workflows. So that's it for API workflows. So I'll be just sharing you the quick links to join the UiPath community pages as well as the uh, UiPath community WhatsApp groups. Okay, so this is community event page. Feel free to join over here by navigating to these URLs and click on join. So you will be getting all the notifications about the future events. Okay, and this is the UiPath official WhatsApp groups for Pune community as well as the Delhi NCR chapter. And let me go through the recordings, please. Okay, questions. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions.
Um, Hi Ashok, Bevin this side.
Yeah. Hi.
Ashok, hi. Ashok, I have one question that
Mhm.
the workflow, API workflow which you created here, okay, and I explained to all of us, when we
Mhm.
publish it in the orchestrator, okay, and
Mhm.
after publishing, we need to run in the production. So
Right.
when we talk about the production perspective, so you already talk about it run it as a serverless. So
Right.
should I understand it? I don't require any VM or any VDI
Right.
to run this kind of
That,
solution, correct? It
that's
run in
correct.
orchestrator ecosystem.
Right. Right. So the same workflow I have already published. I hope my screen is visible. So I'll be just running that same workflow uh, into serverless. So I'm just starting the workflow which I have published. So this is our PA workflow. Then it is running on cloud serverless.
Mhm.
And if you see it's successful, it took 2.647 similar seconds. And if we see, again, we got the two server details. So it runs on the serverless.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else wanted to ask till I go through the chat? You can ask yourself. Okay. So why specifically we need to use API workflows? We can use these normal RPA workflows as we write. Yes, I'm not sure the person name, but yeah, We can use RPA workflows as well, but if the speed and scalability and other advantages we have discussed, if it is your priority, then you should be using RPA workflows. And these RPA workflows we can readily integrate into agents. So agents won't be waiting till your RPA workflow finished execution, right? So agents will be requiring faster inputs as well as processing and the output as well. So their RPA workflows really help you to speed up your agentic automations. Can you share this workflow and the example email? Yes, sure, Venkat, I will share right along with the recording. I will be publishing on the same event page. Just wanted to check if last two sessions videos have been uploaded on YouTube. The first session we have already uploaded and it's up. Second, we will be publishing today. Sorry for delay on that. But yeah, it will be up and available today. And third one also I'm targeting for today or max tomorrow will be available. Uh, I don't see the previous meeting recording. Yes, that's right, Vishnu. That is still pending. I'll be updating it. Same here. Okay, got it. Using same activities exactly in RPA workflow will be there. Any delay? Yes, so definitely there will be slower because if we talk about any RPA workflows, there will be dependencies on a lot of packages. Like your system package will be there, at least your UI package or any other default packages you will be requiring, right? So loading those packages will take at least 1 or 2 seconds. So those kind of delays you can expect. Where we can find the first recording, it will be in first session recording. Maybe I will just drop you a link to that. Please upload the demo workflows for both the sessions. Yes, Vishnu, I will do that. Any other questions, guys? Speed serverless are some of the benefits. Yeah, that's right. And this will be consuming the if you are on the latest license or unified license, it will be consuming the platform units. Or if you are on the older license, then it will be consuming the API workflow unit, not workflow units, but there were API units or something. So it will be consuming that one. Can we implement or use API workflows in RP workflow and agent and in agent? Yes, definitely, Kev. We can use in RPA workflow, we can use run job. And in there, you will be seeing the API workflows along with other processes. So we got last 1 minute. Does this
Kaushik, one more
will
question. In order to leverage this feature of API workflow, do we need to procure any separate license, or is it come under the normal license which you have, that orchestrator license?
No, you would be requiring, as I said, if you are on unified license, that is latest licensing UiPath came up with. So if you are on a unified license, you will be having this platform units. So
Mm-hmm.
everything will be consumed from that one. So how many platform units it will be consuming? So it will be depending on the number of APIs or number of integrations you have in that workflow. So that calculation, you can find the link in documentation as well, like what will be the consumption for that. But yeah, it will be consuming from that platform units.
Okay, thanks for that.
Yeah. No problem. As a tool, right? Yes, we can add the API workflows as a tool directly. What should be type in autopilot in order to get JavaScript? We just write in plain natural language whatever you are expecting, and autopilot should be able to help you with that. Venkata's question was Slack and Gmail has to be the same account. No, not needed. So it's Slack integration. While doing the Slack integration, you will be popped up to create connection. So there is no need to have that same email or anything. So those will be the separate accounts you'll be using. Okay. I think we are good. If you still remember some questions, feel free to drop them on LinkedIn, or maybe you can just ask them on UiPath forum as well. So expert over there as well can help you with that. If no more questions, we are good with guys. This API workflows. Give it a try. Let us know your feedback, good, bad, ugly, anything. So thank you so much. See you everyone in our next session that will be happening on Thursday. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you.
Thank you.